The 98th Academy Awards will take place on March 15th. There's so many different storylines, from who will win Best Actor and Best Actress, the tight race for International Feature, and whether Sinners or One Battle After Another will take home Best Picture. But today, we're not talking about any of that. Today, we are talking about who I would have voted for if I was an Oscar voter. Hi, if you don't know me, I'm Kyle. I'm an actor and filmmaker, and last year I saw over 100 newly released films. One of the things I love most is to finish watching a movie, log it on my Letterboxd, then go into my notes app and put down the movie, ranking them all from my favorite to least favorite of the year, plus putting them into my top 10s for each major award category and a couple special categories that I like to track that we'll get into in just a minute. But before we start, here's a couple ground rules. 1. These are not predictions, these are my personal favorites in each category. If you want me to make a prediction video, let me know in the comment section below. 2. I'm going to give you my 6 nominees in each category and then tell you my winner. Why top 6? Well, because I hate leaving amazing movies out of the conversation, and I realized while making this that oftentimes the 6th place performance or film in each category was an underrated movie that people aren't talking about enough. The only exception to this rule is that the Best Picture category will have 10 nominees. 3. If your favorite movie isn't in a category that it showed up for in the Oscars, it doesn't necessarily mean that I disliked the movie. It just means that there's something else I liked more. If you think I missed something, let me know down in the comments below. But with all that out of the way, let's jump into this thing. Let's start off with Best Supporting Actress. And the nominees are Odessa Azion, Marty Supreme, Emily Blunt, The Smashing Machine, Ariana Grande, Wicked, For Good, Nina Hoss, Hedda, Amy Madigan, Weapons, and Elle Fanning, Sentimental Value. And the winner is Emily Blunt, The Smashing Machine. It breaks my heart knowing that this performance didn't make the Oscars this year, along with so many of the other performances in this category. It was a stacked year for supporting actress. But in the end, Emily Blunt was truly amazing in The Smashing Machine, and her scenes playing opposite Dwayne Johnson, specifically their argument sequences, were some of the best acted scenes of the entire year. Moving to some technical categories, the nominees for Best Visual Effects are Frankenstein, Superman, The Fantastic Four, First Steps, Thunderbolts, Together, Wicked, For Good. And the winner is Superman. This category is very much a blockbuster and horror mashup, but the sheer amount of effects in Superman and their scale was seriously breathtaking. Now moving to Best Sound, the nominees are F1, Marty Supreme, Sinners, Superman, Warfare, and Weapons. And the winner is Warfare. This is one of those little scene films from 2025, but if you saw my video where I said something nice about every movie that came out last year, you'll know exactly how I feel about the sound design in Warfare. This movie genuinely makes you feel like you've been dropped into an active war zone, and because of that, the phenomenal sound design beats out other amazing sounding films like F1. Speaking of how things sound, let's move on to Best Score. The nominees are Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hedda, Sinners, and Train Dreams. And the winner is Sinners. I could talk about the composers on these movies for hours, from Hans Zimmer's consistently amazing work showing up in F1 to the creativity Hildur Guðnadóttir uses for Hedda, which is my favorite score she's done since 2019's Joker. At the end of the day though, Ludwig Göransson's score for Sinners stands above the rest. It was an amazing year for scores in movies, but honestly, his score is so good that it's not even particularly close. Now let's head back above the line to talk about Best Adapted Screenplay. The nominees are Begonia, Hamnet, The Ballad of Wallace Island, The Life of Chuck, The Long Walk, and Train Dreams. And the winner is Hamnet. No movie this year had me crying like Hamnet, but that's not the only reason that it wins here. From a movie that takes such an intimate and personal story, it expands into something on such a grand scale. Plus, the integration of Shakespearean text is done so seamlessly. Let's head back to our technical categories and look at the nominees for Best Hair and Makeup. Blue Moon, Frankenstein, Sinners, The Smashing Machine, Together, and 28 Years Later. And the winner is Sinners. Honestly, any of these movies could have won here. They all did such creative and inventive things with their makeup, but when I think about the makeup moment that sticks with me throughout the year, it is Remek's slow transition from a normal person to genuine nightmare fuel throughout the film. Let's jump back up and take a look at one of my favorite categories from the entire year, Best Supporting Actor. The nominees are Jacob Elordi, Frankenstein, David Johnson, The Long Walk, Delroy Lindo, Sinners, Paul Mescal, Hamnet, Jack O'Connell, Sinners, and Sean Penn, One Battle After Another. And the winner is Sean Penn for One Battle After Another. Now, you may have realized by this point that I didn't quite like One Battle as much as most people, as this is the first time it's shown up in my nominations. With that said, Sean Penn gives an absolute masterclass in this performance. His self-serious absurdity is probably my favorite thing about the entire film, and it really does stand as one of the best performances of the year. That said, ask me again tomorrow, and I could tell you that my favorite supporting performance was Lindo, maybe Paul Mescal, or even Jack O'Connell. This was such a stacked year that there are even some performances that didn't make this list that I think could be winners in other years. We'll get to a couple of those in just a second. Now on to the nominees for Best Editing. F1, Marty Supreme, Sinners, Superman, Train Dreams, and Weapons. And the winner is Marty Supreme. Leave it to Josh Safdie to make a movie that's edited to make you feel like you are being medically induced into a heart attack. Safdie looked at what he did for Uncut Gems and went, yeah, that but more. And that's exactly what he did for Marty Supreme. This movie never gives you a second to breathe, and the editing specifically in the ping pong sequences is unreal. But now, I think it's time for one of my categories. Here are the nominees for Best Young Performer. Everett Blunk, The Plague. Miles Caton, Sinners. Jacoby Jupe, Hamnet. Kyle Martin, The Plague. Tut Nyot, The Long Walk. And Benjamin Pajak, The Life of Chuck. And the winner is Jacoby Jupe. Only about 10 years old when he filmed Hamnet, Jupe gives a performance that is so good he genuinely had me questioning if I needed to find a new career field. He goes toe-to-toe with Oscar-nominated actors and sometimes wins those scenes. If he'd been nominated for an Oscar this year, I don't think I would have been upset. In fact, I think I would have celebrated it. Also, a huge shout out to Kyle Martin and the entire cast of The Plague, a little known film about boys at a summer camp that lives somewhere between Lord of the Flies and The Cheese Touch. That cast is full of great young performers, but Kyle Martin stands above the rest in a near Shakespearean villain energy as a preteen. Both Martin and Jupe would have been in my nominations for Best Supporting Performer any other year. Now let's head to Best Original Screenplay. The nominees are Blue Moon, Is This Thing On?, Marty Supreme, Nouvelle Vague, Sinners, and Weapons. And the winner is Sinners. Writing a movie that can be categorized into half a dozen different genres is usually a red flag, but somehow Ryan Coogler does this and succeeds in every single one of those genres. I heard someone say once that the vampire story is the least interesting part of Sinners, and it's still amazing. Now, I don't know if I agree with that, but I can definitely agree that the movie works on every single front. Let's knock out these last technical categories. The nominees for Best Costume Design are Frankenstein, Hamnet, Hedda, Nouvelle Vague, Sinners, and Wicked for Good. And the winner is Frankenstein. This shouldn't be too much of a shock. You mix a period piece with a monster story and you have Guillermo del Toro directed, of course it's going to have amazing costumes. Now, let's take a look at Best Production Design. The nominees are Frankenstein, Hamnet, Hedda, Nouvelle Vague, Sinners, and The Phoenician Scheme. And the winner is Frankenstein. 5 of the 6 nominees overlapping between costume design and production design make sense when you think about it. They're all period pieces with larger-than-life aesthetics, but once again, Frankenstein stands above the rest. And now for my favorite technical category, the nominees for Best Cinematography are Anemone, F1, Frankenstein, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Train Dreams. And the winner is Train Dreams. I had to find a place to recognize this amazing indie film, and I can't imagine a better spot than this. Every single shot in this film feels like you could put it up on a wall as a portrait and have it be a beautiful piece of art in your home. That is just how stunning the visuals are in this film, and I hope more people check it out. Now that we're on to the final stretch, I think it's time for another fun category that I made up. The nominees for Best Scene or Sequence in a Movie are Hamlet's Death, Hamnet, the How It's Done sequence, K-pop Demon Hunters, The Mirror, Presence, the I Lied to You, Griot sequence, Sinners, The Real Mark Kerr, The Smashing Machine, and No Good Deed in Wicked for Good. And the winner is the I Lied to You Griot sequence, Sinners. Not only is this the best scene or sequence in any movie this year, I genuinely struggle to think of any movie that has a scene that is quite like what Ryan Coogler did here. Now that might sound like high praise, but think about it and I think you'll agree. Next up, let's take a look at Best Casting/Ensemble. The nominees are Hamnet, Marty Supreme, Nouvelle Vague, Sinners, The Smashing Machine, and Weapons. And the winner is Marty Supreme. There were so many correct options here for a winner, from the inspired casting of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in The Smashing Machine to finding actors who genuinely looked like replicas of the real-life people they were playing in Nouvelle Vague. At the end of the day though, there is something about that Safdie magic of casting non-actors and getting amazing performances out of them that left Marty Supreme at the top of this list for me. Moving on, let's talk about Best Actress. The nominees are Jessie Buckley, Hamnet, Danielle Deadwyler, The Woman in the Yard, Sally Hawkins, Bring Her Back, Amanda Seyfried, The Testament of Anne Lee, Emma Stone, Begonia, and Tessa Thompson, Hedda. And the winner is Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. It's not a hot take, but Jessie Buckley is absolutely transcendent in this performance. She kind of blows everybody out of the water, not just in her category, but pretty much throughout the entire year. We can just add this win to her pile of wins from this award season and move on to the Oscars, where she will almost certainly sweep the season. Moving on, we have arrived at the nominees for Best Actor. Timothée Chalamet, Marty Supreme, Joel Edgerton, Train Dreams, Ethan Hawke, Blue Moon, Dwayne Johnson, The Smashing Machine, Michael B. Jordan, Sinners, and Jonathan Majors, Magazine Dreams. And the winner is Jonathan Majors for Magazine Dreams. We're not going to spend too much time here because the last thing I want to do in a video about celebrating movies is talk about anything but that. All I will say is if you haven't seen this performance, it gets to a level that I have seen very, very few actors reach, ever. Huge shout out to Ethan Hawke for giving the most transformational performance of the year in Blue Moon. I thought long and hard about putting him number 1. We're getting right down to the end here with our penultimate category. The nominees for Best Director are Clint Bentley, Train Dreams, Ryan Coogler, Sinners, Zach Cregger, Weapons, Richard Linklater, Nouvelle Vague, Josh Safdie, Marty Supreme, and Chloe Zhao, Hamnet. And the winner is Ryan Coogler, Sinners. I feel like we are living through the rise of the next all-time great filmmaker. Like, most film students want to either be Aaron Sorkin or David Fincher or Quentin Tarantino, and I feel like in the next generation, there are going to be a lot of young film students who want to be the next Ryan Coogler. And if we've got film students emulating that, becoming the next generation of great filmmakers, I think we're headed in the right direction. And finally, the nominees for Best Picture are Blue Moon, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, Nouvelle Vague, Sinners, The Life of Chuck, The Long Walk, The Smashing Machine, and Train Dreams. And the winner is Sinners. If you've been tracking along the nominations and wins throughout this video, this might not be a huge shock to you, but yes, I think that Sinners is the best picture from 2025. It is a movie that is nearly perfect to me. It's the movie I saw most in theaters in 2025, and might be the movie that I've seen most in theaters ever. If you haven't seen it yet, I cannot recommend it more highly, especially before Oscar Sunday on the 15th. But that's just about it for me. Let me know in the comment section what you wish had shown up more on this list, what you liked, what you thought I was flat out wrong about. I am always down for some friendly conversation about movies, so I'll see you down in the comment section. Also, let me know if you want me to make a video predicting the Oscars instead of just talking about my favorites. I've got my predictions already on my phone, and I'm always down to talk about that. So if you want me to make that video, just leave a comment telling me that you want it. And with all that being said, thanks for watching, and I guess I'll see you around. Bye-bye.